The following is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, that's on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit and talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night.
Welcome to the April 7th edition of One Nation Radio. This is Rich and I am here with James. We are in New Orleans and we are ready for Wrestlemania 34. James, what's going on, man?
Nothing. I'm just wondering what's up with the voice, man. You want me to try and carry this thing? You want me to do the hosting situation so you can talk less? I actually got my first hosting gig doing Fuck You Mean the other week, so I can come in and help you out if you need me to, because it sounds like you need to get, tap out or something.
Oh man, we gonna try to thug it through. Been yelling loudly at these shows, and joining us from Keeping It Strong Style today. It's been a while since he's been on the program, but we're glad to have him back, Mr. Jeremy Donovan. Jeremy, what's going on, bro?
Man, just great. It's been an awesome weekend of wrestling. Seeing so much great stuff, man. I'm just really excited about the wrestling stuff we're gonna be seeing this weekend.
Yeah, man. So obviously the reason we're here, WrestleMania 34, we promised you that we would get this preview done. It's coming a little late, but it will be on time. You have plenty of time to listen to it before WrestleMania actually happens. We will be coming back with another show about the things that we kind of did in New Orleans. I also have plenty of video, which I'll be uploading and making like kind of a 4-part series or whatever.
Maybe too much video.
Yeah, maybe too much.
Fans.
Yeah, putting it out there in these streets, but let's get it started. We'll start with the main event, the title match for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. It's time for Brock to bow down like the West Side Connection and hand the belt over to Roman Reigns. What have you guys thought about the build, and who do you guys think is going to win, Jeremy?
So the build, it's probably been better than the WrestleMania 31 match, but at the same time, it's still not that great. They're trying so desperately to get sympathy for Roman Reigns and making this sympathetic baby face, and to really make us sad and be on his side because Brock is destroying him, and it's like, dude, we know the deal. You want to coronate him again. You want to make him the man, the face of the company. Just do it. Like, have him like you mentioned this a couple times on One Nation Radio. Roman should have been whooping Brock's ass, especially the last Raw. Like, Roman should have run it and let's beat Brock Lesnar's ass and made it look like he had a chance.
We got a church man cussing out here, Vince.
Right,
we have a church man cussing out here. You see what you've done with Roman Reigns? This is unbelievable.
Like, here's the thing, man. Like, if they really want to get fans behind Roman, he's got to be physical. He's got to be aggressive. This whole empathetic come from behind thing is not going to work, and they haven't learned anything. So, at the end of the day, it's probably going to be a great match. They could have done better with the build. We know Brock is going to UFC. Like, put the belt on Roman. Let's move on. Like,
let's get it popping.
We've been stuck in the same cycle for what, like 4 or 5 years? Like,
you can't move forward.
As Dave Chappelle would say, wrap it
up. James, what have you thought about this, and also from Lesnar's end, that take on it?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Rance that. I said Rance. Oh my God. I definitely agree with. I agree with Rance too. As far as like this is, because we've said this too. Like this is so much better than their 2015 feud.
Mm-hmm.
The build up. That's not really saying much, but it is something. Like, I wouldn't say this has been necessarily a bad build. I wouldn't say this necessarily a good field. I think it's just like, adequate, 2-star feud on TV. You would think that you want something for your top title on the biggest show of the year to be a little something better, but like whatever. Like, this is like the best of the Roman WrestleMania feud, or main event feud. So
they actually let him talk this year, unlike the last 2 years,
right?
3 years actually. They had him in the ring with Heyman like once, I believe, during WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
But I think this one, as Jeremy said, it's been kind of blatant, in what they want us to do, rather than just like making it like excellence versus excellence. Who's going to come out on top? And that might be the case for some of the other matches on the card, so maybe that's why they're not doing it here.
Right.
But
also this is a
blood feud,
a rematch. So you would figure that like there would be personal animosity because one person lost, or
nobody
neither one. They both lost. They both losers.
Yeah.
So you figure like they, and then both of them were kind of in part the reason why they both ended up losing that night. So you figure like they would have a little something extra, and this whole thing is turned into pretty much about respect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I mean, cool.
The leader of the locker room, the slayer of the part timers, the just every like tired narrative like that. WWE wants to position Roman as the champion of. As we mentioned, it doesn't come out, right under these lights, and one entitled guy going against the other entitled guy, or one boy going against the other boy.
And also in another instance, you can look at another lens. You can look at it as like one guy that gets favorable treatment, like being upset that he's not getting all the other perks that the other guy's getting. It's like you sound like at some point you sound like a whiny, to use Roman's word, bitch. So,
careful.
You got that. He has that patent pending, copyrighted and trademarked.
Yeah,
but that's also been kind of the thing where it's like, okay, like, are we going to get something physical, and can he like get one up on Brock? And the answer has been an emphatic nope. Like whatever he's gonna get up on him is gonna be almost like flukish at the end of this match to win the title. So I was like, I guess
bro, they should be like, if you had to choose between either a 2-minute squash for Roman Reigns winning or like a 20-minute match, which one would you guys do?
Can I get that 20 not down to 15?
Sure.
I take the 15.
Yeah, 15-minute match.
I would have Roman.
Sounds like death.
I would have Roman Reigns squash him and send him the fuck out of the company. And Lesnar is like, as long as you pay my check, I'll do whatever. So start the Roman Empire.
I mean, he did that for Goldberg, but he knew he was getting that win back.
Right.
Like, unless he's gonna come to SummerSlam and get that win back, I don't see it really happening.
They could do like a 5-minute classic like they did with Brock and Goldberg last year.
They could. Goldberg and
and
Roman both have the same move.
Yeah. So,
all I gotta say, this match better not start off with no lockup.
Yes. Yes.
Bro, like, the bell needs to ring and Roman should like spear him
immediately
as the bell rings.
They should both be charging at each other, whatever happens.
Or Superman punch or something, or like Brock F5s him as soon as the bell rings, something like.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Damn, I mean that kind of happened in the first match.
It did.
Yeah,
like he F5'd him in inside of a minute, right?
I think they should. 30 seconds. They should really look at how they randomly announced that Roman Reigns and the Undertaker was no DQ. They need to do the same thing here.
It should have been the whole thing all along. Like they've been beating the hell out of each other with chair. Sorry, let me phrase that. Brock has been beating the hell out of Roman with a chair all this whole entire time. Like it should have been a no DQ thing. Like there was handcuffs involved. Like still steps involved. Like this should have definitely been that kind of match.
And should this go on last? Should this go on last? You guys think?
One thing on James' point about the no DQ, like the last Raw, that should have been the whole story. Like Angle can't control these guys. He should be like, you know what? I can't control you guys. Like you want to rip each other's throats out. Like
we're gonna let you.
No DQ. Like false count. Like everything goes. Like do what you want.
Yeah, run it.
Yeah.
But should it be the main event? I mean, personally, for me, I would prefer, AJ Styles and Nakamura to close the show. I know that's not going to happen, but, I mean, at this point, it's like they want Roman to be the main event every year. Like, we know what's going to happen. I'm not going to get mad about it. Like, let's do it. Put the belt on him and, like,
Like let them have their little match, you know, at the end of the show. And everybody. Something I want to mention. We've been in New Orleans since Thursday. It is Saturday morning. I have not seen a Roman Reigns shirt anywhere yet in New Orleans. We've been on the French Quarter.
3 Matt Hardy more of lawn shirts and still no Roman shirts. We've seen gender shirts.
Yeah, like I was on Decatur going by Cafe Du Monde, trying to pick up some beignets, and that line long as hell. But that's another story. Saw somebody walk by wearing a Jinder Mahal Maharaja t-shirt.
Yeah, we talked to a guy wearing one yesterday.
Yeah.
He told us that WWE was so bad, had been so bad to him that he popped for them putting the belt on Jinder Mahal, and it was like this company had put itself in such a weird position last year that was what made him happy. He was like, I know he's not like good or anything like that. Like
I know he's not good or anything.
So he was like, I just decided to buy the shirt and just essentially play along.
It was like something different. I was surprised. Like I was happy wrestling could surprise me again.
Yeah,
breath of fresh air. Yeah,
he didn't go that far. Like
breath of fresh air. Like fresh sewage.
Yeah, fresh sewage. But yeah, man. Yeah, they can just go ahead and get it out the way. But the next match I want to talk about is AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. WWE just recently released a 37-minute documentary on Nakamura that was quite excellent. It's on WWE.com. It's called WWE Chronicles. From there, they told the story of Nakamura from the night he won the Royal Rumble. He came back through the curtain with Cena congratulating him as well as Triple H, and they took you over the next 3 months. They went through Fastlane, him talking about Rusev, basically all his background in Japan, his fighting style, his how he studied Michael Jackson's movements, and he says Jackson was essentially a karate master with the way he danced. Like he could tell, like it was a lot of like similarities, things like that. He talked about AJ Styles.
Did he mention that like maybe quite possibly the chance that Jim Kelly could have been the king of pop or no? No?
No, he did not.
Okay, just wondering. Maybe someone's lost the translation. I just see it. All right.
Yeah, man. Jeremy, have you ever heard of Jim Kelly?
No.
Oh, my God.
I don't mean the Bills quarterback. I mean, like, what was it, Enter the Dragon he was in?
He was in Enter the Dragon, yep.
Yeah, the black dude in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, with the afro. Okay, well,
oh man, we got to show you some clips. So let's just say Jim Kelly wasn't taking no shit even from the cops.
Like in a world of Shaft, there's Jim Kelly out here whooping people's ass same way except with the martial arts.
Yes,
yes.
Where you going, Jig? And then but. You guys can look that up. Jeremy, this is, Jeremy is the host of Keepin' It Strong Style, and he and Josh are the best, for my money, the best New Japan podcast on the internet. They're growing rapidly. I'm so proud of these guys.
Enough putting them over, and I asked some questions.
Yeah, so
keep coming.
Yep, keep it coming.
Hey man, you ruined the whole narrative that I thought it was. Where like you're the baby face and Josh is the heel. Now you're like, you know what?
I've been hanging around this asshead. Like,
yes, it's almost
look at Sami Zayn.
Yeah, he's been corrupted. Yes,
corrupted.
But yeah, this is a rematch of Wrestle Kingdom 10, which we all watch together. What do you think? Have they done enough in this build? Did they do enough at the last minute to kind of bring it for you? Did seeing that piece of documentary bring it a little bit more in perspective for you? Or is this just going to be fucking awesome and we don't have to worry about any of that shit?
Personally, just after watching the first match, I've been watching AJ Styles since 2002, 2003, Ring of Honor, TNA. Just doing what he can do and then watching Nakamura the last few years, this match is going to be incredible. We saw what they did at Wrestle Kingdom. They could have done nothing for this whole build, and I would have been fine with it. But
they almost did.
Right. Yeah. But
for a couple weeks there.
Yeah, because for quote unquote casual WWE fans, it might not have been enough of a build if they haven't really seen these guys wrestle or know why the hype is. But I think the last couple of weeks there were some good interactions between AJ and Nakamura and the whole teasing of the Kinshasa, teasing of the phenomenal forearm, and Nakamura is kind of playing up on AJ, you're too emotional. Mm-hmm. So I think that was cool. And then we were watching the documentary before we started recording, and I wish that was just something they could show on TV or clips of it, because it really gives you a good great backstory on Nakamura and him experiencing the United States and, just how excited he is for being in this championship match. So
it's like this man been waiting on his whole life for this shit. Like the way I interpret it. Yeah. James, what are your expectations for this match? Do you think this is like the most anticipated match in like how long at WrestleMania?
Yikes. Most anticipated. I don't know, man. I think. Well, the one that really sticks out from what I can tell from the fandom that was around at the time was like Shawn and Undertaker at 25 finally having like a big time match at WrestleMania before it was too late. Rock Cena was huge. The diehards may have not been as into it, but like you look at that box office. I would say
the first Rock Cena.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Like even
no one means the number two. Yeah. No one means twice in a lifetime, right?
Yeah, twice in a lifetime, just like. Yeah. I pretend WrestleMania 29 didn't exist.
WrestleMania 29 has been deleted.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So
throw the whole show away. Like.
So, but yeah, as far as my thoughts on the build, like it was short, but it was sweet. Like they, I felt like they waited and waited and waited. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell's going on? Are they just going to go in on, the respect thing? There's nobody's going to tease like somebody may possibly turn or like
give
any twist or whatever else. Like they just going to go out there and just basically do an exhibition match for a world title. It's been done before, but given where we are with this feud, where like if we're just going brand by brand, this is at this point because Brian came back. This is number 2 match on the brand, so. Like you kind of were worrying, like, where is it? Yeah. And then, quick, like it turned in a hurry, and it got really good, really quick. And I said, props to WWE because like it came out of nowhere, it was unexpected.
Before those last 2 weeks, it was like in grave danger.
I was concerned because like it's one thing for us to know everything about Nakamura as far as like what he brings to the table, as far as a showcase match like this, but it's nothing for somebody that's not really a smart fan or never watched New Japan or whatever else, never got into it, just only has watched them since NXT, or maybe if you haven't watched, maybe if you don't even watch NXT, it's even worse because it's like you saw this dude, you see all the hype, you hear the huge crowd reaction, but you don't see what the big deal is about. And it was kind of like sort of what Asuka was until she started getting in these matches after Royal Rumble, and you're like, oh. You understand it, but you never really saw that with Nakamura for a long time, and then he wins the Rumble, and then like you see against Rusev, and like when he's fighting Gable and stuff. So like I feel like for just a run where like you throw out the part where like he really wasn't used all that well in the summer and the fall, and you just look at from the time he won the Rumble to now. I think you have a pretty good idea. And like when you throw in this feud, you're thinking like, regardless of whoever wins, like you're still gonna end up liking both of these guys, and I think they're gonna tear the house down. And good luck, Brock and Rousey and Roman and Triple H and whoever else goes on before them,
So you think they're gonna try to sabotage these guys? Is that in play? Like yeah, we're gonna give y'all 16 minutes. Go out there and with entrances, hollow.
Nah. I think where we're at now, the current state of how pay-per-view is done, there's no time restraints. They have the network. I was there last year. It went till midnight.
They ain't got no problem running up the score.
Right. So, the shows can go as long as possible. There's absolutely no reason why these guys can't get
25 minutes
or 30 minutes to, do what they do best. I think Vince knows, like, this is what, the hardcores want. Just let them do it. Find a spot. I don't know where they're going to be positioned on the card, but give them a spot. Give them 25, 30 minutes and just let them run it.
Yeah. Who do you guys think is going to win?
So I've been kind of conflicted on this because, I think who should win is Shinsuke Nakamura. Like James mentioned, he was so slow in the fall and summer. It's like, we gotta like heat him up, man. Like with the belt.
A loss would kill this man, essentially.
Right.
Like
seriously, if he loses, it's like, dude, just like G1's coming up. Like let's go back to Japan.
Damn.
get ready for the G1.
Like, if he loses, he needs to get pulled. I feel like if he loses, he needs to get pulled into something big. Like, after he loses, like, okay, you took your loss, now, like, you fight Finn Balor or something like that.
Right.
Or you fight like
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
But I think Styles is going to end up losing as well. They haven't really let AJ set the world on fire as champion. He's been champion about 5 months now. And I think this is going to be like his thank you, essentially. He's going to probably take some time off. I feel like Styles is like injured for some reason. The deal with the MCL, like he's working through injury. Now, I'm not worried about AJ Styles on a big show because, as you've seen, like Wrestle Kingdom 10, like he damn near went out there with a broken back, and then
I mean, if you look at Eddie, even like back in like TNA pay-per-view, like AJ Styles always had the best match on the night. I mean, when it comes to pay-per-view, whether it's TNA, New Japan, WWE, AJ Styles is going to put the boots on, he's going to perform, and he's going to give you a classic.
Yeah, man. James, who you got?
I want to say Nakamura just so that I can see, like, knowing how WWE is, like, I want to see the immediate rematch and see, like, them have 3 matches like of that kind of caliber.
Yeah.
But, given what's going to happen with the roster turnover or whatever else coming soon, or seeming to coming soon after this, I think maybe AJ holds on to it, and then like they bring a new challenger in, and then someone else comes in for to challenge Nakamura. Maybe Nakamura goes to Raw and challenges Roman. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm just. It was really weird because for so long it was like this WWE match, like the build isn't matching the hype, and then in the span of like literally 2 weeks, like it got really damn close, and I'm excited. Like I feel like they've done a really good job with this with this card on paper, and generally speaking, the build has been pretty good for the whole entire run up to WrestleMania. So I mean, nothing's perfect, right? Especially when 3 hours of television every single week. But
right,
I feel like this is one of the better jobs they've done since we've been back.
So the other match I want to talk about is, obviously all the rest of them. But Daniel Bryan is making his return after 3 years. He's fucking back. He's ready to take these bumps. He's ready to unleash the yes kicks. He's ready to hit folks with the knee. He's teaming with Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If Zayn and Owens win, they will be rehired to SmackDown. So I feel like they're kind of telegraphing the result there. The only question is, are these idiots stupid enough to try to turn Daniel Bryan heel?
I don't think Bryan's the one turning heel here. If they do that, that's just completely ridiculous.
Shouts out to my man Kyle who birthed the nickname for Shane McMahon, Cocaine Shane.
Yeah, Cocaine Shane's gonna take a bump, and he's gonna turn heel on Bryan. I think it's been so obvious they've kind of had their differences in opinions running SmackDown and this whole feud with Owens and Shane. I think Shane's gonna be like, I turned on you because you wouldn't let me do what I want to do with these guys. So now I'm gonna be their guy and like make your life a living hell.
Never mind the part where like the whole thing is about this dude raw headbutted your father, and then like the other dude like let you seemingly fall to your fucking death. but it's all good because you want to control of a fucking company. You
new shit. New shit.
Like if he turns a heel and that's the way he explains it, like I really truly want his like his heel like
explanation.
I want his heel like persona to be called white privilege, because that is ridiculous. Like real things happen to you, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you the slightest. Something that minuscule, like you're that fragile, really.
Yeah, man, Shane McMahon fragile as fuck.
Daniel Bryan heel turn would be literally burning money. Well, first of all, I don't think people are really going to boo him. First of all,
correct.
No boom for Daniel Bryan, and also how stupid the turn would be. Like that's some aces and ace shit. With Billy Ray, like
do the turn. But there's so much money to make a thing about a babyface. Like,
yeah, man. I don't think it's gonna happen. I just had to mention it, but I'm pretty sure Shane McMahon is gonna be the one turning. But I don't know. Or they could just do the match and have Shane McMahon take the pin. How about that?
Cool.
That
would be cool. Like he loses and then you show up in the next SmackDown and he's gone. That'd be really.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. So Daniel Bryan can still feud with these guys. He's gone. They bring in a new person or whatever else, or he's on temporary hiatus. That'd be cool.
Bring in J.E. double
R, shit.
J.A. double R E double T.
Oh my god!
All right. On second thought, bring Shane. Bring Shane back.
I'll just deal with Shane rather than
bring
Jeff
Shane
Jarrett.
Back.
Okay. King of the Mountain.
Look, at least
running SmackDown.
Nah, because at least Shane's over with people.
Good God!
I can't explain. At least Shane's over with people. Jeff Jarrett ain't never been over with a damn thing.
What does it mean to see?
He's over with the boys and to use Cody Rhodes lingo.
Yeah.
He's only ever over with the boys and the people backstage.
Unbelievable. Daniel Bryan's return, obviously, is to the Superdome where he won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30. What does his return mean to you guys personally? And going forward, how big of a role do you think this match is going to play in that?
Well, for me, as everybody knows, I'm a Shawn Michaels mark, and I followed Shawn kind of after the back injury and these guys he was training. And that's when I first learned about Daniel Bryan and Brian Kendrick and Paul London. So I've been watching Daniel Bryan for a long time and watched his whole run in Ring of Honor and then coming up to WWE. And he's been one of my favorite wrestlers for a long time now. So it was just great to finally see that, he was able to be cleared, that he's healthy enough to be dropped on his head. And
bumps.
And he can do what he loves to do. So I think it's really great for him, and I'm kind of expecting a Shawn Michaels second part run.
Yeah.
And hopefully he gets a second long run here. And I think, what's the second part of your question?
What do you think this match is going to have it? How would this match impact that run going forward?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the catalyst of just more great matches. Because obviously this whole Owens and Zayn feud is probably going to continue.
And I really think that it should be Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan next month, in his official singles return.
Yeah, you can run Bryan versus Zayn or Bryan versus Owens, and let's have him, run these guys. And it'd be cool if they could find somebody else from Ring of Honor to help him fight these dudes, and you have this Ring of Honor battle. Bring Austin Aries back or something. You run this Ring of Honor battle.
Call it Roger Strong. Do some shit like that.
Switch Roddy from NXT. Yeah, put Roddy on SmackDown. And help him fight those dudes. But yeah,
James, is Jordan back?
I mean, it kind of feels that way. But obviously, we don't mean it as far as he's the greatest of all time. We mean as far as he's the guy that left while he was still the best, and there's still time for him to come back and reclaim that. And you don't really, and you throw in the fact that you had this thing that you loved and it was gone from you, and you miss it, and now it's back, and you kind of so appreciative that you have it back in your life and you get to enjoy this. And this happened to me a few times. I was young, I had when I was younger, I had the Jordan when he came back thing, and then with me, I kind of had Randy Moss, my favorite athlete of all time. That last Oakland year was yo, this is over. This thing where you're watching a game, you're watching an NFL game, and all of a sudden they go to a game break and they say we're back in Minnesota, or we're back in Oakland, or we're in Chicago, and all of a sudden or Lambeau, and there's a gigantic 50-yard bomb, and he just that sort of thing is
you see that
your whole living room changes for 15 seconds.
You see that graphic where it's 3 receptions, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns, or some shit like that.
It was more. Yeah, that's that's kind of like the Dallas stat line on the Thanksgiving game. But yeah, it's just you see the very first game I remember with that Randy Moss situation, and I will get back to the I think the first one was I'm watching the game because he actually missed that spring preseason with a hamstring thing. You're I don't know. And then it was first quarter, they're playing the Jets. They're in the old Jet Stadium.
Yeah.
runs by. All of a sudden, Brady hawks his ball like 50 yards down the field. And all of a sudden, you see Brady like ran across the field, across 3 people's faces. And you're like, oh my God, like this is, and you're like, is it back or is this a flash? And then like we see coming, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is back in my life. I can't believe this is back in my life. I'm so happy. I thought it was something like forever gone. Like I feel like I have a part of like my past back and it's enjoyable. And like that's like the feeling I have with the Daniel Bryan thing, especially how good this build has been since he's been cleared. So like, you know, I'll deal with I'll put up with a lot of stuff. I'll put up with the Shane thing. I'll put up like. I don't want to say it was worth it, but like the 6 months of them killing SmackDown, it's almost like it was worth it now.
Oh
just like seriously, if you say like, look, SmackDown's going to be awful for 6 months, but if I told you this like 8 months ago, SmackDown's going to be bad for like 7 months, 6 months, 7 months, like, but Daniel Bryan's going to be back. You would have said that. You would have said that trade off. You would have.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you know, we obviously didn't know at the time that's what was ultimately leading to. Like, hell, maybe there's a chance that even they didn't know what that was leading to. You know, right? Yeah. But this is
conspiracy.
But you know, this is where we're at, and you know, we got. They always say it always gets darkest before dawn. So, and the shit looks real bright. It's about to come. I'm so happy.
So all this means is like, you know, they're gonna have a good year and then have a down year for WrestleMania next year, right?
Oh Lord.
Gosh.
You know, they like to fucking flip flop back and forth.
I'm not even thinking about next year.
Good
now.
God.
We'll get to it when we get to it.
Let's get through this.
Yeah,
I wish they would
so,
have another bad WrestleMania in New York, Jersey. Again.
Oh my God.
I wish they would.
But yeah, man, I think you know, Owens and Zayn are winning. I don't really think that's too controversial or anything.
I mean, they could do the whole okie doke where, oh yeah, they lost, so then like
they go to Raw,
and the Authority hire them or whatever. Like we almost thought was going to happen with AJ Styles and with
they feud with Roman
and with and Seth, where we thought they were going to flip flop.
Yeah,
but they ended up not doing it. We're going to trade each other's problems off to our siblings.
Can we trade Seth Rollins for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, so are you going to? I would love to see that, right? Because in the mix of like Seth Rollins and then Nakamura and then AJ and Bryan.
Yeah.
But somebody got to be a top.
Somebody got
to
turn.
Somebody got to be a top heel, right? Like, I mean, hopefully, if they do that, hopefully they decide to like make the Maharaja. The U.S. champion, so you stay the fuck
away from all these.
Stay the fuck away. Yes. Yeah, like you stay on this mid card here, Randy Orton. You turn heel like that. Yeah. I'd be down with that, but look, I need assurances first.
Look, you know the other top heel options on SmackDown: Mojo, Baron Corbin.
Oh my God! Yeah, SmackDown desperately like
they need a good wrestling heel.
Yeah.
Not just a dude sucks.
And not a group of guys that are awesome, but like y'all beat like drums.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So the next match I want to talk about is Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in the mixed tag team match. Now this has been going on. Essentially, Ronda Rousey showed up at the Royal Rumble, signed the contract the following month at Fastlane. You guys all saw it. Put Triple H through the table. She, in turn, on the Go Home show, was put through the table by Stephanie McMahon for some fucking reason.
Stephanie had to get something.
Good God.
Like, if she's going to lose, you got to get something, right?
Gotta get Stephanie over, pal.
Yeah, apparently. How we know she going to lose?
I mean,
have you seen these Authority propaganda?
That's a great point. That's a great point. Like they beat fucking Sting with Triple H.
Yeah, and Kurt Angle's in the match. And what does Kurt Angle do for Triple H?
Always
jobs. Lots of them.
They even mentioned it. That made it even worse. I'm like, damn.
Bro. I've been beat Kurt Angle my whole career.
Bro, like if they fuck around and like, dude, I wouldn't put it past them fucking. But like, I already said this. Like, they win this match, I'm fucking done. Yeah. But
look, Triple H, pedigree, 1, 2, 3. After the match, Stephanie McMahon and Ronda, where do you think you're going? And then WrestleMania moments, in air quotes.
Right. Yeah, take a L, but you still broke her arm. Cool.
Yep.
You fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like, you spend all this money to bring this person in, and you're gonna beat them off rip. Like, even though you want to make them a star, but then again, remember, WWE's are 1-stars. They just want a brand. So you know, that's how we end up getting the 50-50 booking. That's how we end up getting motherfuckers getting face and heel turn, and all the heels are overrunning the company, and we don't have star faces. They want the brand to be the thing that draws, not the actual people. Unless it's like somebody they actually want to push at that time from like the Attitude Era, and then they'll come with a excuse saying he actually is a star. Like, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Goldberg and Lesnar are superstars. Like, all the tickets were sold to that Survivor Series way before then.
Yeah, fuck y'all talking about.
And look, and people peeped game on that. Kevin Owens said that shit.
Yes.
He knew it was up.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Jeremy, what have you thought about this whole build back and forth? Were there any weak moments that you saw? Were there any strong moments that you saw? Anything that kind of just took you out of it, or and we also have to talk about that rising judo block that Rousey fucking does.
Oh my god! I think overall, I mean, they've done a pretty good job of building this feud up. All the
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, just for people that so they know that outburst has happened. Rich is out here doing mock judo rising blocks, and it looks like if anybody has ever watched Dragon Ball Z, like when the people block somebody, you know, they're far more powerful than someone else. They just catch their shit out of the sky.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that. Or yeah, so he's just like, you know, he had to do it. He had to ruin the show, derail the show.
Yep.
Well, punish the show.
Yes,
punish the show.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, I don't think there were too many weak parts in this build for this match. I mean, they did have the whole hiccup where they said that Ronda was going to be on Raw every week, and then she missed. What's one Raw?
She missed one Raw. She was one episode of Raw.
Well, they did one. The second week, she did a dark segment, though, right?
No, she missed 1 week. And in that week, she just wasn't on TV, but she did a dark segment that week.
Yeah.
Sorry for the confusion, but
yeah. So, I mean, besides, for the most part, it's been good. And like James was saying, Stephanie had to get some kind of heat on Ronda. And I mean, Kurt and Ronda should be getting the win here. I mean, that would make the most sense. Like you guys were saying, you know, if they paid all this money to bring Ronda in, she's a superstar, like, keep that mystique up, like have her, you know, get her win at WrestleMania. I mean, you know, have her, you know, tap out Triple H if they don't want to, you know, beat Stephanie for whatever reason. You know, have her put the armbar on Triple H and Triple H tap out.
They're I hope Ronda Rousey's good. I hope she's good. Because if she's not,
how about this? Maybe she is, maybe she isn't good. However, do you think she's better than Stephanie?
I would hope.
You will hope. You don't think she's better than Stephanie already?
I mean, what do I have to go by? You know.
Well,
I mean, she knows how she can take
tapes.
she can take a strike and also. Oh, let me go ahead. Say your little joke after I said that. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. You know, do we have?
She can take a deputy. She can take a work strike. How about that? Jackass. I knew I should have said that.
Yeah, anyway, maybe she can take a strike. She just can't take several of them, or a foot to the face. Apparently,
she can't take a super kick.
Yeah,
no super kicks allowed. We know how Ronda Rousey deals with defeat. You know, as Stephanie said, I like that line.
With defeat and the feet.
Yes.
But
can I say my point?
Yeah. You there?
Y'all really just don't really want to like her. Y'all try so hard not to like her. It's terrible.
I don't have a problem with Ronda whatsoever.
Oh, so you just getting down with him with little jokes? Just want the jokes? Okay. All right. Oh my god.
I'm fine.
I want to laugh at you. I want to laugh too, but it's like,
look, man. I'm not about to just sit up here while people come up with these scenarios and bend over backwards and hand her the next 5 WrestleMania main events where we haven't seen a match at all.
I'm not even sure she's going to get a WrestleMania event.
This might be it.
Can we like, you know, chill out on that? Like, can we like at least see what they do after the Stephanie thing first? I think that's what I'm saying. Okay, all right, yeah. Like my whole thing is like, but here's the thing. Honestly, I desperately want her to be good. Like desperately. Like we need, and I said this to you before. Like we need more Charlottes. We need more Bianca Belairs. We need more Ronda Rousey. People with legitimate athletic backgrounds that are, you know, that can really get this thing done with the proper, with want to and with experience can actually like really perform at a high level because of their athleticism. Like that's what they always done with in WWE with their male division as far as bringing in talent, or it was Angle or it was Mark Henry or whatever else. And like I said, eventually if you stick around long enough and you give a shit, you can get good at this. Angle did it in like seemingly like hit the ground running with it. It took Mark Henry longer, but eventually he got good at this shit too. So like, I want that for the women's division too. I want to get as far away from that Kelly era as possible. I want the antithesis of that.
We got Alexa Bliss around now, bro. Like, so it's always going to be a little bit.
I want to say this: Alexa Bliss is way better than Kelly ever was.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I'll give you that.
No one look. There's not like. I've said a lot of things about wishing that Alexa Bliss was better or was put in a position to get better faster. But not ever. Not once in my life have I ever thought that she was as bad as Kelly. Kelly came back in a fucking match that they choreographed and went over and over and over. And she fucked everything up that she tried to do in that Royal Rumble. Everything. Meanwhile, Michelle McCool comes out there and just
dominating.
Yeah. Molly Holly.
Like ain't nothing changed.
Beth Phoenix.
Still raw.
Yeah.
Trish, perfectly fine. But Kelly, that's a whole nother level of suck.
So final things. I think we think all think Kurt Angle and Rousey are going to win.
Not only do I think they're going to win, they also should win. And
that's the logical booking decision.
How you gonna bring
Triple H can add to that number of losses. He's lost 12 matches at WrestleMania. He should have lost more.
Yeah, he should have only won. He should probably have only won like 4 of them shits. So.
Next match I want to talk about is the match that is hovering over WrestleMania, not officially announced yet.
No.
John Cena versus The Undertaker. I think John Cena... I don't even know what to say about The Undertaker because I think he's like essentially worthless at this point. I'm not here for this dead man shit. Like, I'm not here for this American Badass shit. I'm here for the retirement. I'm here for the end.
So you think he's full on Jeff Jarrett? Can't draw a dime.
I mean, they didn't even use him to sell the show. So, but yeah, like...
Okay, so one guy's one guy ain't even billed to be there officially. You tell me who sold more merch out there between Jeff Jarrett and Undertaker for WrestleMania week for WWE.
I don't know, man.
You don't know? Okay.
Like John Cena, I think has this has been a really weird period since the Survivor Series for him. And if you even go back further to the Roman Reigns match, because I think that's
back further. They put him in the ring for SummerSlam with Baron fucking Corbin.
Yeah. So, okay, let's start there.
You forgot how far back this shit should really go?
Like, you put him in there with Baron Corbin, who he completely embarrasses and outclasses and makes look like a bum, and Baron Corbin's career hasn't recovered since.
Yes.
He did win the United States title. He beat AJ Styles before, but, I mean, we all know where he slotted. He ended up back in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on the pre-show, right where he started his career 2 years ago. Even though the pre-show wasn't the main card at that time, but it's still, you're in the Battle Royal. From there, Cena went to the Roman Reigns feud, which he completely outclassed and destroyed Roman Reigns on the mic. And it seems like he had essentially a WrestleMania build in October. He came out there and unleashed all the fire on Roman Reigns that essentially no one else was allowed to talk about, the elephant in the room, the way, fans really perceive things. And
let me phrase that. The way most fans really perceive things.
Right.
You got to put that qualifier in there.
Yes.
Right. A lot of people will pounce on you.
Yeah.
They might pounce on the fact that I said most, even though it's clearly most.
Yeah. So, and then him and Roman have that match, and they do that thing where they fuck off for 10 minutes at the beginning. It gets good towards the end, but then Cena does like the fake retirement and the crying, and
for the third time.
It was just getting really like. People were ready to see Cena go. And it was like Cena had kind of turned a lot of people around, I think, in the previous couple years. Then something happened during 2017 where they stopped being here for John Cena. And in my opinion, I think Cena has been so good for so long. Those folks are ready to pull the claws right the fuck back out the second, like, any type of slippage happened. Mm-hmm. After that, he fucking disappears, shows up,
shows up rusty
for Raw again.
Yeah.
On the Survivor Series match, does nothing. He literally he emerges to sell a new shirt.
Like completely inconsequential. Like he may as well have been like
Apollo Crews.
Oh my god!
Literally, they had him get pinned by Kurt Angle, I believe.
He didn't show up in the bill today. He just showed up as Survivor.
Or no, he was on Team SmackDown.
He was on Team SmackDown.
Yeah, just flipping back and forth. Like they've taken the free agent thing. Like it's we'll get to that. But he goes to the Royal Rumble representing the old guard. It looks like, and this is where his road to WrestleMania talk essentially begins. And to me, the entire build about WrestleMania, even though he's not in an advertised match right now, has been about John Cena. He's the guy that made every single domino, like in all the major matches, essentially, aside from the Authority ones, fall into place. They took him as and I believe I said this on Chad's show. They moved him around the chessboard for every situation, so it left him. What's the word? Kind of like just moving the story forward, but nothing for him.
Right. Yes, like it was almost like musical chairs, where like he was basically like last person. Like he was setting the table setting chairs down for everybody else, and then like music stops, and then like look around, like there wasn't shit left except for Undertaker, and then what they've done with him in this build, it feels like this dude literally is out here by himself trying to make shit work.
And he's lost so much this entire time. Like, lose the Royal Rumble, lose the Elimination Chamber. He did get a win against Finn Balor on TV. Lost to Seth Rollins.
But he did beat AJ, but then lost the title match. So it was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, every big moment was a mad scramble to get the Royal Rumble. Even though he's John fucking Cena, we're supposed to just forget that he's John fucking Cena. He's like anybody. He's supposed to be anybody else, even though, like, okay, then why do you get a 20-minute promo and not, like, Heath Slater, right?
Yeah,
but he scrambled and fails, and he's left with nothing else. So he starts all of a sudden like, fuck it. Just like we talked about with Roman and Brock about like he seems like
I'll hold this fucker up.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like I've been one of the favorite ones, and like I have nothing left, so now I'm going to do everything I can to try and get what I want. Because I'm not getting Daddy's attention right now. So fuck it. I'll fight the Undertaker. But he's retired. Never mind that. I'll fight him.
Run it.
Y'all don't want to see us fight? Yeah, I want to see him fight. All right. And then like Undertaker showing up.
Yeah.
What about your fans?
Yes. Just like I think John Cena cut two excellent promos and two like horrible promos.
Yeah. Like the very first one where he actually did the first challenge on Undertaker, and like he had a crowd in the palm of his hands, and the whole shit was wacky. I was like, how did he go from start here and then get all the way to here, and then made it work, and the crowd loved it, and they want to see the match, and I'm just like, this dude is incredible. Like this man spun pure bullshit into gold.
Yeah. Jeremy, and then that takes us to like current day. Like the match is not announced. We feel like it is still happening. What have been your thoughts on like Cena's downward spiral, and also the Undertaker's like sweeping silence and him sitting out another build of a WrestleMania match?
Yeah, Cena's downward spiral has been kind of weird for me because back in the day, Cena started getting up. I was one of those dudes that I desperately hated John Cena. I mean, I would go on Facebook and Twitter and talk about how much I hated Cena. I was one of those, Cena sucks guys. I was so happy when, he lost to Rob Van Dam. And anytime he would, take an L, I'd be so happy.
Clean or not?
Clean, yeah, I'd be so happy. Like, yes, he lost. But,
look, what you mean clean, Rich?
And then, he started finally winning me over with the U.S. challenge. Just, you gotta admit, like, how great he is on the mic. And, like James mentioned, like, he gets a crowd like, in the palm of his hand. And so it's kind of weird now. You would think, like, after hating Cena for so long, I'd be happy to see him, like, be de-emphasized. But he's such a big star. I'm not happy to see him. It's so weird. It's like he should be in a main event feud with big build.
He's still their biggest star.
Yeah.
He's still their biggest star. They got him doing jack shit. Why? Because we're still trying to get this dude that we've been trying to get over for 4 years all the way to the top. They're like, not even that.
Like, you in a way at all.
We're so like focused on getting this freaking dude over to be like the next John Cena. By next John Cena, I don't mean like exact cop. I mean like be the next top guy. that we're ignoring the fact that like the original the guy that's still the top guy is still the top guy, and like we're trying to move him out to put him off the pasture because he wants to go and do movies from time to time because like he's 40 now. Mm. It's so weird. Like
there's so much more going on with this that's so much more interesting than what they're actually doing on the screen, and I think this is an argument to what the actual story is behind this stuff being a lot more compelling than the real one, because John Cena, Undertaker on paper, yeah, whatever, it's a dream match. People wanted to see it X amount of years ago, and
right.
Undertaker's old as fuck now,
right.
and like that's not really the story here. It's John Cena and everything going forward, because I feel like he's going to disappear after WrestleMania. He'll be back again for SummerSlam, and we'll be right back in the same position, like wondering, well, when John Cena gets himself over in a month's span of time, like as the man still, and the ratings go up every time he shows up, mm-hmm. Are y'all going to go back to John Cena, Roman Reigns again? Are you guys going to have Cena putting over their generic big guys like in a Baron Corbin or like a Mojo Rawley or something like that? Or are you going to have Cena just going out there with the best wrestlers? Because if you send him out there with the best wrestlers, Cena's going to come out there and produce a good match and right. then get over with his wrestling, because what is being proven in this day and age, fans want to see great wrestling matches. They watch wrestling to see wrestling, and
what a shocker.
Yeah, you can talk about entertainment value and all the stuff that doesn't have to do with the ring, but like the reason that we're showing up for these guys in masks and what is making them legends to most fans these days is the quality wrestling, and Cena will do that. There have been periods where he's been kind of sloppy, but I think John Cena is under more pressure right now in his career than any other top star has been at this stage in their careers.
This late in the game, you think?
This late in the game, like still trying to like have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not committing to either, still being excellent on the mic, still able to go with anyone. Austin wasn't doing this. Like Rock was out of there.
Yeah, Rock just said
Hogan was out of there.
Yeah.
People are going to learn to start appreciating John Cena, bro, eventually.
Right.
And it's going to take Roman Reigns for him to do it.
Yeah, I mean, seemingly you can figure like when this started happening was when they decided like Roman's the guy, we're going to hotshot him probably a year too early. And we're going to move our top 2 stars in the company, and we're going to move them to the mid-card titles. And, Bryan's happened to get hurt, but Cena did the whole U.S. Open Challenge run, and you start to see it even then. Whereas, like...
He's like, I got plenty left in the tank. I'm not done. I don't know... I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to let y'all do what y'all want with him, but I'm going to be over here still producing.
Yeah, like, bring in Kevin Owens, help make Kevin Owens to one of the biggest stars in today's WWE. Give Dean Ambrose great matches. All those guys that he
AJ Styles.
Yeah, Russell Styles the next year. And have one of the feuds of the year with them, one of the matches of the year, both of those matches in those different years. But yeah, it's just it's really weird how they treated that dude. The dude that like is still the guy. Like they want to be somebody else, but it's still him. And like they don't get him. They don't have him all year long, and I understand like that. There's a reason why you don't commit to him like that, but like you got, like you got to give him something better than this. And it's weird to say that when he's talking about like the Undertaker, which was like the Undertaker match at WrestleMania, which was for what 15 years or so. Well, not 15 years, probably like 14 years. So it was like 14, 13 years. So it was like a gigantic deal. Like it was title. One of the 2 title matches, or you fight Undertaker, or like those were like 3 big matches or whatever else, or if Undertaker was in a title match, like that would be one of the 3 big things or whatever, and they try to come up with a 4th for WrestleMania for like damn near 15 years, and now at this point, it's played out. Like everything has an expiration date, and this shit's past due now.
Yeah.
And Undertaker, at worst, my second favorite wrestler of all time. But like, nobody has been enthused, but nobody that I think is of rational mind has came in thinking like, given what Undertaker has showcased in these last few runs, Brock Lesnar summer excluded in 2015, what he can bring to the ring at this time, the fact that he's getting older and older, he keeps, broken up, he's not getting healthier, even though he's going to wrestle once a year at this point, and you throw in like what you've seen from John Cena in the ring since taking that break, like you're thinking like, okay, they're going to have a match. I'm not too enthused, but then you see the feud and you're like, I'm not too enthused about the feud either. But like, these are two cornerstones of this company's history of our lifetimes. So you just pretty much just shrug your shoulders, and the difference like, I don't think it's gonna be good. I ain't been entertained, but they're them.
Yeah,
so
let's just see it. Let's just see it.
Roll the ball out and let's see what happens.
Yeah. So the next match I want to get to, and that one ran a little long, but Charlotte Flair and Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title, as well as Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax for the Raw Women's title. Juxtapositioning these ones against each other, I feel like Charlotte and Asuka is like the women's version of AJ and Nakamura. And I think they've done even less, in a sense, with them. I would have liked to see a little bit more. I don't know if it speaks to Charlotte's strength as a face to cut these promos.
Well, I mean, they gave her one babyface promo opportunity, and I think she knocked it out of the park. I think it was her best promo as a babyface she's ever done. I thought like it was like the SmackDown right after
Fastlane.
She challenged. Yeah, right after Fastlane. I thought it was great. Like, it's the first time I ever found her to be actual, general, likable person, as opposed to like she's babyface because like she moved to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But hey, like you said, like it has been, this kind of like in.
I would have liked to see Asuka on SmackDown more.
Right. It was kind of weird. Like, what's she still doing on Raw? Like having matches for Alexa Bliss.
Well, I think the thing is, like, I think the word was maybe I'm misremembering this, but I think it was said that if she is unsuccessful winning the SmackDown title, she is still Raw property. So,
right.
They're, label conflicts.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Out there making up the rules as they go.
Yeah, of course. Because it's fake.
Yeah. Jeremy, what are your expectations for Charlotte and Asuka, and what do you think this will mean for like the history of women's wrestling? Is this the biggest women's wrestling match that they've ever done?
Yeah, I think about it. I mean, it pretty much is. Yeah, the biggest women's match they've done on WrestleMania, and I mean, I'm expecting this Charlotte Asuka match to be really, really good. I mean, we've seen what Asuka's done since she's come into NXT. Just a great matches she's had with, Bayley and Ember Moon and all the girls down there in NXT, and she just showed why she's so great and why there's so much hype. And then Charlotte, watching her from like FCW develop into this superstar into NXT and now the main roster, she's been doing phenomenal. And I mean, I still think she's miscast as a babyface. I think she performs her best when she's a heel, and I think it's really easy to. She's a heel, goddamn. But I think it's really easy. I think it's easier to boo her, but and like James said, like she became a face just because she went to SmackDown. But this is going to be a nice like little babyface feud, and I'm thinking a very hard hitting, athletic match between these both ladies. And I think this is going to set the standard of what women's wrestling can be on the main stage of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'd agree with that because I think what will be the highlight for a singles women's match? Would that be WrestleMania 22 between Mickey and Trish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody here think
and that ain't particularly difficult for these two?
Yeah, like I say, I was gonna say, like, given where we've been with the women's revolution, where 16 was the breakout, we're gonna have the arguably best match on that card. In my heart, the main event of that card. And then they go the next year, they had the 4-way, and it was a good 4-way, just it wasn't as good as what they did the year before. And then you start getting to the point where we're gonna finally have a women's singles match on the card of WrestleMania for a title, and it ain't a joke. It's actually part of the build. It's part. I think we gave WWE a lot of shit last year for how bad how bad their lack of focus was on the women. But you say what you want about Rousey and whatever else, but like they know good and damn well they pumped all that money. They're putting all that money into her, and they're damn well.
She got to wrestle somebody.
Yeah, she got to wrestle somebody, and like they're building these women up the way they should have always to begin with, in a way to actually have viable opponents for her in the future. And if you're gonna build people and try to make them into stars, only thing I can say is thank you. And the snide complaint would be like, "Well, it took you so fucking long," but like at least thank you for doing this because like that's what we need.
Yeah, man. On the other side of that, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax are having a high school divas eras
Mean Girls feud,
a Mean Girls feud, a set the women's division back style feud. Nia Jax is, I think, this is gonna hurt to say it. I don't think she's a babyface champion at this point. That's not the role I see her having a lot of success in. And obviously the babyface monster champion, it can work. I feel like it would have worked for Strowman, and where Strowman would have been the exception, Nia Jax is the rule in this case. Where do you guys see happening here?
Honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if it's just a squash match, a la Daniel Bryan, Sheamus. I mean, I cannot. How can anybody realistically see Alexa Bliss getting any off? Like Nia Jax should not be selling for Alexa Bliss. And I'm sure they'll try and do some shenanigans like Mickie James trying to help Alexa, but at this point, it's like. This is not the match I would have done. Like they had Sasha and Bayley. Like they're ready. They're doing the Sasha Bayley rivalry for a pre-show battle royal. That should have been the Raw Women's title match. Instead, we're getting Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. And even if it's not a squash match, it's not probably going to be very good
or long.
Yeah, if they end up going like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like
that could be really bad.
It could be like.
If they go over 8 minutes, they have gone way too fucking long.
Like at that moment, they would have known they fucked up.
Yeah,
and if they go 3 minutes, the crowd will revolt because that crowd will be partisan towards Alexa, and they will feel like she has gotten slighted and shit. They have shortchanged her. And we've seen what happens when people's favorites get shortchanged at WrestleMania. It can alter the course of WWE history.
Yeah,
it can actually fuck around and make you the top star in the company.
I mean, what else more can they give Bliss? I mean, first woman to win the Raw and SmackDown's titles. I mean, they've given her all these accolades already. And something else too we got to think about looming over kind of both of these women's matches is Carmella with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Glad you brought that up.
And I know she did win on SmackDown, but there's been a lot of talk and speculation and rumors that potentially she could cash in on the Raw side as well.
Right.
So I mean, there's both these women's matches. I mean. If they are going to do a cash in and want to put the belt on Carmella, I would rather them do it on the Raw side. I mean, the belt's already on Bliss, who's not that great in the ring. Just put it on Carmella, who's also not that great in the ring. Just keep the Raw Women's title as the BU Women's title with WWE. But if they decide to mess around and have her cash in on Asuka Charlotte after that match. That's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Especially if you end the night with Carmella and Alexa Bliss as both as your women's champions.
Oh my God.
That's not a good look at all. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be upset with a failed cash-in attempt. She finally cashes in and she just eats the L because I don't know what they were thinking with both their Money in the Bank winners this year, but they were both horrible choices. And with Carmella, if they really wanted to push her, give her some in-ring time, give her segments. Clearly, she needs to get better in the ring. Well, the only way you get better is to have matches. I'm sure she does stuff on the house shows, but she needs one-on-one matches on TV with girls like Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Well, and you can also condition the audience to accept her in that role.
She wouldn't even have matches on the house shows. You go through a Pro Fight BB, she wouldn't even have matches on the house shows. I was talking because Carl from SFC podcast.
What up, Carl?
Is with us in this trip, and we got on talking about how I appreciate how good Vince can be with his with like on regular pay-per-views, how he can be with his top 2 feuds that he's trying to sell pay-per-view on, and occasionally he tries to 8-4-3. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like his top two feuds are always hitting on something. But with 5 hours being way too much time to be doing weekly television for live television, let alone for fucking wrestling, things fall through the cracks with him, and like you're sitting here watching it, and you're just like, I just wish this shit could be better. But like I understand how hard it is, and it has to be hard just to be this good, let alone like whatever else. 5 hours is fucking brutal. But when you have 5 hours, like you got to get people that you're trying to build or try to get better, like time to do that. Like they want to hire all these people that like they don't want to hire every indie person in the world, and I understand that because you want to have your own imprint on people, or else try to make all people that you think you can turn into something. But like if you want them to turn into something, you got to give them reps.
Yep. Like
and we talked about Carmella and the Money in the Bank thing. And it's like, well, if you're gonna do this, like, and give her Money in the Bank, like, push her, like, or give her a match and let her be in people's face and
do
let
it
her know, like, she's an actual
expeditiously.
threat, right? And like you look at and I said to him, like, you look at her, like her match listing over, since you won Money in the Bank, like, she hasn't been doing shit on the house shows or on TV, none of that. And it's like, how is this person supposed to get better? How is this person supposed to get over character, to get over, like, when she eventually does try to cash in and fail or succeed and go from there with her career? Like, and I understand, like, it's quote unquote just Carmella, but like that's in the macro.
No, it doesn't matter that it's just Carmella.
In the macro, it doesn't make that big. It's not that big of a deal or whatever else. Like that's that's really far down the card. But like when you look at these things on a micro level and see like how they mismanaged a lot of people or whatever. Hell, they mismanaged the guy they want to make the fucking they want to give the keys to.
Yeah.
Right? By deciding like, oh yeah, like putting Daniel Bryan on a fucking SmackDown on a Tuesday in a casket match is worth potentially damaging our top babyface, the guy we want to make the future of our company for the next decade. That's what they did.
Yeah.
And you look at it in the micro, it's like, granted, they're not WCW, like in the words of Brian Overs, they're not WCW. They're not going to shut down. They're not losing $80-70 million in a year or some shit like that. That's not happening. They keep making money hand over fist. The problem is they keep doing all these small things. They're not focused on small things like they used to, or even like they were better at, or whatever. And because there's 5 hours of television and shit
exposes itself.
And you sit here and watch it, and you're just like, and it's a bummer because you just wish the shit could be better, more, or be consistently better. Like, it ain't horrible, it ain't awful, but sometimes shit just grates on you about like how things fall through the cracks, and then they go through things, and then stuff happens. And you're like, well, how the hell did this happen? And you look back and you're like, well, because they fucked this up and this up and this up, and they should have known this was going to happen. It's like, well, maybe not, but like, as far as the back end, how things are going to go so badly, but it's like, well, all the indicators, you look back at it, you see all the indicators of why things were unsuccessful, and it's like, and you see it happening in real time. Other times you're like, well, maybe it'll happen. You kind of be, give the benefit of the doubt, right? As far as like, things they won't fuck this up.
Let's see how it ends up.
And then, 6 or 7 times out of 10, they end up fucking it up. It's a bummer. Like, this Carmella thing is a bummer.
Yeah. Let's talk about the tag team matches. Braun Strowman and a mystery partner against The Bar.
Speaking of people falling through the cracks.
Yeah. Braun Strowman, a guy that was looking like he was about to headline this fucker.
Yeah.
And he's in a throwaway tag team match for the belts.
Hey, at least he's on the main card this year.
Correct.
That man was on the Honor Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year.
Yeah.
He went from being in the main event of pay-per-view into being in the...
Eliminated 5 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
No, last year, he was in the main event of the previous pay-per-view, and then Wrestlemania time comes, and, like, he's off the show.
Then he's back in the main event following WrestleMania.
Yeah. Just like...
Yeah.
Like, Vince has a real talent. Like, that talent is... That man's a magician. He was able to make a 6'8", 350-pound man disappear.
Yes.
Right before your eyes.
And also the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. I have a feeling that it's going to be announced as a ladder match.
Hope it is.
I'm so happy to see the Usos on the card. I'm wearing my Uso shirt today. I'll be wearing it around New Orleans.
I would have bought a I would have bought a New Day shirt. However, the Voodoo O's, I thought it was kind of corny, so I let it roll. And I don't want to do the unicorn. We're all on the unicorn either. It's kind of weird too. So, but next shirt, like when they come out with the right shirt, I'm gonna get it.
I think this is a threat to steal the show.
Oh yeah, I mean these guys have been mishandled on the big 4 pay-per-views pretty much their whole run.
Yeah,
these teams are so good, so great. We see the stuff they produce anytime they're in the ring together. I mean, even like Harper and Rowan too. I mean, Rich, we were both at Battleground. What was that,
2014?
I know it's 2014 because I watched that shit in Baltimore all on my phone.
Yeah, we see what Harper and Rowan. I mean, Rowan's not the best, but I mean, when he's with Harper, they're a great big man team. But yeah, all 3 of these teams have proved like they can have great matches with each other, and they on Big 4 they've been screwed over and over and over and over again. So it's great to finally see them get some shine, and just hoping that they're actually given the time to have a match that could steal the show.
Now, am I the only one that selfishly wants the Usos to lose so they can go to Raw, and then like Roman can be part of the Uso Penitentiary?
Oh my God!
And we can have Hill. Like I desperately want Hill Reigns. Like just or. They could be the new version, a secondary version of the Shield, because like they've already screwed the Shield thing up. Like chances are like the two cousins aren't really hurt like that, so like they can do this whole thing and whatever else, and they can kind of be face or whatever. Because people really like the Usos. They've been so good over this past year.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you this. The only way that they can do that, right? And I don't think this will happen because I feel like Dean Ambrose is headed for another character alignment when he comes back.
Right.
But it needs to be by the time they get Survivor Series, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Rollins, and Ambrose as one Survivor Series team. Like I fucking love that.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that one, but yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win the titles here. I mean, they've been building them up for months now.
That match, like that match interrupted that beatdown. That was great. And then, like everything they've done with them as far as like making them like monsters, like you think these are rubber mallets? All right,
yeah, they're real.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
yes, putting dents into the ring steps.
Happy to see the Usos on the card, and this is huge for them because they've gone on record saying how much it means to them. They don't have to worry about hurting the card, as they once said. They're going to try to steal this motherfucker now, and.
One point I just want to make real quick, and I find it very interesting because there's been this whole debate like whether the pre-show is a part of WrestleMania, it's all one big thing. Well, I think we got our answer. The company itself has said that the Usos have never been on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which means you're on the pre-show. It's a whole different ballgame than being on the main card.
And also, like, if you go back through the history, like, guys don't get like cuts of the WrestleMania DVD and stuff.
Right. Ask Neville and Austin Aries how their WrestleMania 33.
They're gonna be like, what?
Ask Ambrose.
Look, they're gonna be like, what WrestleMania match?
Right.
Yeah.
They'll be like, WrestleMania 33. I wasn't on that card.
Yeah.
So the company itself has told us on TV.
Yep.
Because we go on TV. They have told us that this is. The pre-show is not the main card. You are not. If you are on the pre-show, you are not considered a part of being on actual.
You are not an active participant.
Right. Yeah. And that's WrestleMania kickoff. You were on the kickoff show. You were not on WrestleMania. But this is the Usos' first main WrestleMania match.
Yeah, and when you go back to later watch this on the WWE Network, you know what the first match will be? It will not be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It will not be the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal or Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. It will be whatever they choose, and I think it's going to be this match. It's going to be The Miz versus Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Yeah. You like that transition, don't you? That shit was clean. So Intercontinental Championship, Seth Rollins has been, in my opinion, the WWE in-ring performer of the year thus far. Going against Finn Balor, these guys had a knockdown, drag-out match last Monday. James, as you said, they provided the receipts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it was funny because like I say that, and then because I watched Raw on delay because I didn't actually watch it. I was doing Jeremy's show with them because they don't really fuck with WWE like that. So I would later watch it and say like, this match is great. And I said to myself, wow, they put these two on and they went out there and they busted their ass and they had themselves a four-star match. So I thought to myself, it's almost as if like they had the match that they would have had if Miz was not around, given that amount of time. And then like whatever happens at WrestleMania, and for the record, I think that match is going to be great. That's the match I have the least concerns about, because Miz knows how to play his role. But it's almost like as if like, all right, this match ain't like hitting like how y'all thought it was going to hit. Then like, can't say it wasn't us because if you want to pop it up, if you want to go to WWE Network or go on Hulu or whatever else, go to the 6 days ago.
Yep.
And you can see the match that we would have gave if it was just us.
Just us.
But I was just saying that just be funny and give you a dig about Miz. But like I personally think this match is going to be good. I think it's going to be one of the. I feel like there are certain contenders to be match of the night. If this was a bad WrestleMania, if this is going to be a bad WrestleMania, as far as match quality, this makes it a contender to be one of the best matches, be the best match of the night. Like I think that if this is the best match of the night, this is a bad WrestleMania. But it doesn't necessarily mean anything about that match. I think like they're gonna have a 4-star match, and like a bunch of other stuff.
So it's like
a bunch of other stuff just doesn't hit like it's supposed to.
Right.
So like so I think it has an outside chance, but I hope it doesn't because that means it would be a bad WrestleMania.
Yeah. The U.S. title. If Rusev wasn't in this, would you care?
No.
Or do you care now? Even.
Honestly, I mean, I want Rusev to win. I mean, Rusev Day is so over, and Rusev, no matter what, he's so good, so hilarious.
Rusev Day chance breaking out on Canal Street.
Canal Street, and like
breaking out on Raw.
Yeah.
Bingo. He's not there. Breaking out
NXT Largo.
Breaking out at Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Yeah. If a Rusev Day chance to bring it out, dude, Ring of Honor crowd, like, those are like the smarkiest, like, indie fans. And like, if they're doing Rusev Day chance, like, it's over. And
did you guys hear about that story that supposedly Rusev asked for his release, and this was a way to pacify him by throwing him in this match?
I did not hear that, but that's very interesting.
Okay. I came across a headline that he had asked for his release, like, essentially, like, y'all ain't doing shit with me, right? I'm essentially, excuse me, I'm hot, I'm selling merch. Why the fuck am I in this battle royal, essentially? Right. And, as the story goes, it was quote unquote changed, and he was thrown into this match. And I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of bittersweet for me, like, seeing Rusev wrestling for the United States title again, right?
He's back where he started literally 4 years ago.
Right.
Which is was funny because, like,
that's the story
thing, that's the same thing for Roman, too.
Yeah.
Same thing. Look, hell, same thing for Rousey and Hunter and Stephanie.
Yep. Yeah. With Rusev, it's like, well, if he loses, can he, like, just step past the U.S. title scene? Or does he need to, like, kind of earn his way in the mid-card again? What do you guys think?
Nah, because he's already in the mid-card right fucking now. So, like, and he already earned it. So, like, what, like, like, done it all. Like, either, start giving this guy a run, like, start giving this guy a run and put him in a main event or two, or move him to another brand.
Randy Orton, he's the defending United States champion here. He was the defending WWE champion last year.
Yep.
I feel like Randy Orton, that title reign and title run was a complete aberration. Should have never happened. It was
they had to reward that man for getting his, head busted the white meat on SummerSlam.
Yes. And it doesn't really make sense in the context of his career now. If he just immediately drops to the U.S. title scene like a year later. And if Orton loses here, do you think there's future value in him at the top level again, James?
Not as a babyface.
Yeah. Like,
there's still always the heel run with Randy Orton. You do that. Like, he's always been a better heel than babyface. But it just depends on what you want to do and what the direction is for SmackDown and, how committed they are to SmackDown after this brand or after the switch up in the roster flip up they do. So Yeah, like they can always turn him heel.
Now, Jinder Mahal was WWE champion for
6 months.
way fucking too long. And now he's settling into the United States Championship role. What do you guys make of what he's done essentially before Fastlane to stir the drink of this whole feud and him settling into that, possibly being the mid-card champion now? Has he done a good job? Should he just jump off a cliff still? What do you think, Jeremy?
Here's the thing, man. Like, I've not been down with Jinder. Will never be down with Jinder. Like, this is like, if they want to do something with him, he should have been like elevated to the mid card first. Like, what's happening now is what should have happened over the summer. And then, if you want to try a WWE title run, go that way.
Look! Had he had all this shit in place last summer, right now, like, wouldn't it be in such a better position right now?
It would make also a little bit more sense.
But so check this out, right? They did the same thing, or a lot shorter, a lot shorter. They, in a way, they did sort of the same thing, not on purpose, obviously, because who the fuck would do this on purpose? But like, we have a guy, and we want to make him the champion. We haven't done enough for this person yet, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it any fucking way. We make it a champion. We eventually change our minds, or we made the person. We eventually changed our minds because it wasn't going to work out that well, or it wasn't working out that well, and then we decide to, in the meantime, in the between time, send him towards the U.S. Championship. Now, granted, Roman Reigns is light years beyond Jinder. Light fucking years. But it was like, they decided they wanted to do something, and instead of like saying like we're going to have the patience and restraint to actually take care of something, we wanted to just hot shot the shit.
Yeah.
And the shit didn't succeed, so either they had to cancel the coronation, or they had to say, look, we're killing SmackDown's ratings, we're killing enthusiasm and morale, we need to move this shit off to AJ, and then after that, they move this person on to what they should have been going after to begin with to start the run towards it. That's what your actual goal is. Like, can you imagine in 1996, they just make Rock champion then, as opposed to making him become the Intercontinental champion? Why is Rocky Maivia learn how it failed, have him go away for surgery or whatever else it was, come back in Nation Domination, build himself up through there. Then, get himself hot. Then, had a feud with Triple H over the Intercontinental title. And then, when it's time,
make him the man. And
then, he comes out after Survivor Series '98. He was like the biggest fucking star in the world. Like, they gave it time where they could adapt and move along with according to how the crowd's level of enthusiasm and patience for something, wanting to see something was. They just said, "Fuck it. We think he's gonna be a star. Make him a star now."
And
it's so weird.
Something I was talking to Josh about also a few minutes ago was just like Jinder's been wrestling for so long now. It's like
so long.
Yeah, how's he
15 years?
Yeah, and he wrestled in Canada. Do you know any Canadian wrestlers that are bad?
I can't think of a single bad Canadian wrestler. You know how they say the weird thing that sounds kind of racist to me. It was I ain't met a Samoan yet that can't work, right?
Yeah.
I ain't met a Canadian yet that can't work.
Oh my god!
Even look TNA had a bunch of Canadian dudes back in 02 to 05.
Holy shit!
All those guys are great.
Look, I don't know if Canadians are better at hockey or wrestling.
Yeah,
shit, for all
exactly.
I know.
Dude, any Canadian wrestler I can think about, even guys like Johnny Donovan and Johnny Swinger that were in TNA, they were still having pretty decent matches. I'm Jinder's wrestled that whole Canada.
Chopping.
Yeah, wrestled that whole Canada territory and just didn't have it. Now, he's been wrestling for so long now. It's dude, what are you doing?
He was in NXT.
Why aren't you better?
He was in NXT with Seth Rollins, and then when they were still FCW and shit and whatever else. With the company,
how much more help do you need? Like they're giving you the answers to the test, and you're still failing.
He was in 3MB with McIntyre. McIntyre gets fired or released or whatever. Goes to the Indies, gets better, comes back, and he's where he's at. And the injury unfortunately happened. But like you saw that match with Bobby Roode, and like regardless of how you felt about it, that was a classic WWE professional main event title match for a big show. And he worked that style well. I ain't seen Jinder have a match that well wrestled yet.
Yeah.
Not a one.
That being said, we expect him to win the U.S. title, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
And he's going to pin Rusev, too.
Oh, my God.
Like, you know what? Like, I really see what's going to happen. I feel what's going to happen is, like, they put because of what they did a year ago when Jinder and Rusev were tagging or whatever else. Back when I did my road to Rusev, when I was like, you know what? I owe Rusev an apology for all the stuff for not being all in on him.
Yes.
But, like, because he was out here. Like in this tag match, with Jinder, it's fucking terrible, and Enzo's fucking worse somehow, bumbling idiots. So they can play on that, like, in a year, like I've surpassed you or whatever else, and then like people can rally behind Rusev, even though like he's already been rallied behind. But like they can pretend like this
is the official,
like, and they have him chase after that title, is successful or not, whatever else. But at least you gave that dude a storyline and something to do, as opposed to just like basically go out there and do utility duty for ever since we beat you 3 years ago at WrestleMania.
Yeah. We kind of like glossed over it, but Braun Strowman's match. Any guesses on who would you like to see? Because I think there are three guys. And one guy that no one's talking about, because obviously why would you talk about him? But the other two, I think, it's Elias, Samoa Joe,
Ellsworth,
Neville.
I mean, those are people who people want. Ultimately, I think it's going to be Big Show.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, they've been talking about Big Show.
Oh my God!
They signed that new multi-year deal.
And the last few was with Braun Strowman, like.
The matches with Braun Strowman were kind of fire.
They were. But James,
they're going to wrestle each other against each other.
Look, if they win, James, how will they ever lose?
Well, it is WWE. It's like, and they have a track record of like making a tag team stars, and then they immediately break them up so they can feud each other. And they can launch one of them to stardom.
Last night we saw an Invisible Man win a battle royal. So
we did. That shit was like
they could find a way to beat.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh my God!
But yeah, that actually will wrap it up for all the main roster matches at WrestleMania. Do you guys have any thoughts on the pre-show matches?
Women's Battle Royal. It's a shame that Sasha and Bayley are in it. They should have been having one-on-one match on the main card. Really don't expect much from that. Hopefully, Sasha and Bayley get some time to shine. Andre Battle Royal. Geeks
to the left, geeks to the right.
Cedric and Ali.
Geeks everywhere in sight.
Yes.
Yeah, Cedric and Ali. Their build for that match has been great. I mean, I wish it was a smaller pay-per-view so they can be on the main card, but with the amount of stuff that's lined up on deck for the main card, like, they just not a spot for them. But I think their match would be very. I hope they're the main event of the pre-show.
Yeah.
So the majority of the crowd can actually be in there, unlike last year for like Aries and Neville. Like, I was still getting into the building like halfway through that match. So hopefully they get that main event in the pre-show and get some time to shine, because they've been killing it. Cedric's had some great. Both of them have great matches through this whole 205 tournament, and I think it's time for Cedric to finally
climb the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this match. I think these guys need 20 minutes on the pre-show and let them go out there without any restriction. Just fucking run it. Let's see these flips. Let's see something that would have been at Evolve or whatever. And then choose who you want, because Mustafa Ali has been absolutely excellent in his own right. He's doing something that I almost wish more wrestlers would do. This man's like turning his iPhone into a movie studio and shooting these promos that are very different from everything that we're seeing. Just guys do. and he's using social media in a way that it's easy to get behind him. Cedric has a little bit longer to go, like as far as like the character and the talking department and being interesting in general.
So like 75% of the job.
Yeah. So like, but luckily, the only thing we have to worry about WrestleMania is the match.
That's true.
We've got through all the other stuff. That's true. Yeah, but either one you can't go wrong in my opinion.
Okay, so for me, I'm really excited. Like whenever I think about it, I kind of get giddy thinking of like the idea of main roster heel Sasha Banks.
Yes,
and I want it to be done, and I've wanted it to be done like almost from the get go. Like I kind of wanted her to be like she's a heel and like people will hate her, but like eventually like it gets over. She gets so over that eventually like she has the face wrong, but they decided like not to let her play to her strengths. Which is kind of
I heard Sasha been shooting with the wrong hand for all these years,
right? And then honestly, you look back at it because of Charlotte. Like somebody ultimately had to be the babyface. They couldn't run a heel versus heel feud out there, and then they decided to run with Sasha as the babyface. But I'm really interested to see like how, given what they've done already, and some of the work that's been done, like this might be like Sasha might be so freaking good that like she might possibly be able to resurrect Bayley.
Oh my God! So something else for Sasha Banks to basically hold in people's faces when Sasha comes out here and tells y'all she's the greatest women's wrestler ever, right? And then y'all get fucking outraged. So when Sasha Banks rolls out this list like Jericho with the 1,004 holds, this is one more entry on that. You're saying, James, right?
Yeah, it possibly could be, but it's like we don't know who's going to turn right now, but I really, really hope that it's. I really, really hope that it's Sasha.
I think the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal should be the Sasha Banks versus Bayley show.
Yeah,
they should be the last two.
Yep.
It should be Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker.
Yep.
It should be them essentially sneaking a match onto the card.
Yep. Now, as far as the men's Battle Royal, don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you want to go through these list of names just so we can just get these jokes off?
Yeah.
So we got Dash Wilder.
Geek.
Scott Dawson.
Geek.
Baron Corbin.
Geek.
Mojo Rawley.
Geek.
Ty Dillinger.
Geek. When's the last time you've been on TV?
This week.
Last week. 10-man.
Well, since then.
Ain't seen him.
All right.
Woken Matt Hardy.
Yikes.
Popular Geek.
Yikes.
Popular Geek.
Geek that's over. Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Geek that's over. Zack Ryder.
Dolph Ziggler.
Geek. Hella geek.
Bro,
Super geek.
WrestleMania
Super
is now 5
Mega
hours
geek.
long, and we still cannot find time for Dolph Ziggler to have a singles match. He looks like the dumbest man in WWE for giving up the United States title, which essentially would have gotten him onto the WrestleMania card.
Yep. Yeah.
Now he ends up in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. It's a major plot hole in the the quote-unquote story
Maybe
of
it's not a
WWE.
plot hole. Maybe Ziggler's just a self-destructive idiot.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That might be his character. He burns too bright.
Up next.
He thinks too highly of himself.
Yeah.
His storyline.
Yes.
Every time.
Fandango.
Oh, super geek. Super geek.
Tyler Breeze.
Big, jeez. He's a bigger geek than Ziggler. He's low-budget geek.
Yes.
He's low-budget Ziggler.
Like, Ziggler won't leave, so, Breeze can become a bigger geek. So he's stuck in smaller geek status. Goldust.
Yikes. Hall of Fame geek.
Hall of Fame geek.
Hall of Fame geek.
Heath Slater.
Geek.
King of the Geeks.
Geek of Kids.
Yes, Geek with the Kids.
Geek with Kids.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Geek that's friend of Geek of Kids.
Yeah.
Man Beast Geek.
Yeah.
Congressman Geek.
Yeah.
Correct.
Extreme Geek.
Zack Ryder.
Oh, yeah. Woo, you know it.
Geek.
Roasted
Primo Cologne.
Yikes. He's still here?
Yeah.
Boy,
Kane.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
I remember how you used to make the joke about Pritchard would do the Stu Hart thing about like, why does he keep bringing Anvil back? Why did Vince keep bringing Anvil back? And he's like, you bring the big bastard. You better.
You bring the big bastard back.
Whatever.
The big rhino. Yeah.
Do you
Another rhino.
Now, do you think Carlos Colon was like, you'll bring the same thing with his cousin, with his nephews?
I think it's a family thing, like where Vince and Carlos Colon have such a relationship. It's like, yeah, your boys have jobs for life with me.
I think it's the same thing too,
Like,
because boy, that's
Because I mean, even like
whole lot of bad gimmicks.
Yeah.
Like they might be like I mean,
bad gimmick Hall of Famers.
Yeah, they're bad gimmick Hall of Famers. Like like put them in an inaugural class next to Brutus the Beefcake,
the Zodiac.
Yes, Zodiac.
Fucking the Disciple. Oh my God,
the Shockmaster.
That's what we need to do. The bad geek Hall, the bad gimmick Hall of Fame.
Oh, your boy. What was it? I can't remember which fat boy it was, but it was like
Tugboat.
Yeah, Tugboat. It was also who was he also turned into?
The Shockmaster.
Shockmaster. It was also another one he had. Was he Hakeem?
No, that's One Man Gang.
Yeah,
One Man Gang had a bunch of bad gimmicks too.
It was One Man Gang and Hakeem. Tugboat is Tugboat, and he's also Fred Ottman was his name, and he was also the Shockmaster. So let's see, we have Kane on the list.
Oh.
Another Hall of Fame.
There's another person with a hall of bad gimmicks, and it was all by having the same person. He never changed, but he kept having bad gimmicks.
Political geek.
Yes, political geek.
Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins,
geek.
Oh yeah.
Can he break the streak?
Goldberg of geeks.
Look, can he break the streak?
What if he wins this shit and he breaks the streak?
Oh my God!
And then goes on a winning streak.
No, not even a winning streak. Just he breaks it, just cause.
Yes, it goes back to losing.
Right back to business.
So Shelton Benjamin. They never did shit with him.
They geeks.
Yeah.
They couldn't even sniff a top.
Unfortunately, a geek.
Chad Gable.
Another talented
unfortunate geek.
Look, we're not saying these dudes aren't talented. Some of them are hella talented. But they geeks.
Yeah.
They geeks. Geeks assemble. And finally, the last one, Aiden English.
Yikes.
Woo, that Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Singing geek.
A hype man geek.
Yes.
Ghetto geek.
He's WWE Flavor right now.
Oh my God.
He's not a geek that brings out the essentially Chuck D.
Yeah.
He's one of the illest. Like Rusev's one of the illest right now.
Yeah, I feel you, man. So in the women's match, we have Sasha Banks, obviously star. Becky Lynch, star.
Ish.
Yeah, star Jace. Star Jace.
Fans still think she's a star. WWE don't.
Right. Yeah. Liv Morgan, geek.
Yeah.
Naomi.
They like Mid Carter.
If
there's such thing for women's division, she'd be Mid Carter.
Natalia.
Mid Carter.
Ruby Riott.
Mid Carter.
Sarah Logan.
Geek.
Bailey.
Mid Carter.
Yeah. Lana. Geek. But she'll get the Rusev Day chance.
Yeah, she will. Yay. They're chanting my wife. They're chanting my significant other's name.
Yeah.
They don't do that for dudes.
Mandy Rose.
Geek.
Fine. I know, yeah.
Real fine geek.
Looks the part all-star.
Yes.
Yeah, whole thing.
Looks the part Hall of Famer.
I can't believe you said it over there.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever said it on there. Even us.
Sonya Deville.
Geek.
Mid Carter. Kind of.
She's geek aspiring for the mid card.
Yeah.
Correct. Mickey James. Living legend.
Mid card, yeah, Hall of Famer.
Whole thing, Hall of Famer.
But she finna come out here and do all the cheating and installing for Alexa.
Yeah. Carmella.
Geek with a briefcase.
Corporate geek.
Yeah.
And Dana Brooke.
Oh, super geek. Might be the biggest geek out of the whole bunch.
Flexing geek.
Yeah, flexing geek. So yeah, those are
the worst.
Yeah,
the worst.
Those are all the announced ones. Of course, I believe there's going to be some NXT folks that are in it as well.
You look at the women's battle royal. Kyrie was in it. So was Ember. I imagine maybe there's a chance that they put the possible NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler in there as well.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
Yeah, there's word that she might be that duo might come up soon.
Yeah,
be Mean Girls.
Yeah, but that's pretty much going to wrap up our WrestleMania preview.
Cool. Sorry.
That's going to wrap up our WrestleMania preview. Fake ass Cool. I heard you. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you leave us a rating and review on everywhere, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And make sure you guys check out the Rick and Clive show. Also, they dropped their WrestleMania preview recently. We've been plugging you guys, Rick and Clive, heavily I ran into a guy named Jordan from the UK. If he's listening, what's up, Jordan? And I told him, you guys make us sound so much cooler, Rick and Clive. Like, we have Scottish affiliates out there, so they know Hitman, and Jeremy,
we're Mr. International. We've pitbulled this shit.
Yes.
We're going international out here.
Yes, and the Outsider's Edge will be returning with Rance and Carl. And Jeremy, let us know where we can find you and talk your shit, bro.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Twitter at KI Strong Style, the brand Social Suplex at Social Suplex. I'm at Jeremy L. Donovan. Keepin in Strong Style drops every Tuesday. Next week, Young Boy and I will be talking about Supercard of Honor and all the New Japan stars that we met and saw this WrestleMania weekend. We appreciate all the love you guys have been giving us. The show has been doing above our expectations, and we just really appreciate everybody listening to our show and all the shows on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. So keep downloading, check out everybody's shows, and help us get over.
Yeah, man. James, you got any final thoughts before we wrap this shit up and go get this Brothers Barbecue?
Yeah. No. I ain't got nothing else. Excited for what's left of the weekend. Excited for WrestleMania. Please don't fuck it up.
Yep. And it's my birthday on Monday, so maybe we'll be back with another show tomorrow. And I plan on celebrating, and I'll be documenting that whole process. Look out for the video footage to come soon from this trip. We're sitting here, and our brother Caleb Baldwin is just sitting at the table with us as well.
Shout out to Caleb Baldwin. He's doing some great work on socialsuplex.com with his Report of Honor and Impact Report. So if you're Ring of Honor fans or Impact Wrestling fans, check out Caleb's work. Really great stuff. He did a preview for Supercard of Honor that we're going to tonight. Check it out. All it's on the main page, socialsuplex.com.
For sure, man. And this is Rich. Thank you guys for listening. If this is your first time listening, if this is something you've been listening to, we appreciate you checking in with us all the time. And enjoy WrestleMania. Enjoy NXT. We did not preview that, but we will be dropping a full review for that as well, probably in conjunction with our New Orleans trip stuff. And remember, we fuck.
Say bye, Caleb.
Goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for listening to One Nation Radio. We'll see you next time.